Good evening. Good evening and welcome to Cliffyland's Global Cooking Challenge. Tonight is night 2 of cooking the food of Switzerland. Switzerland, country number 168 on our 193-week challenge of learning to cook by cooking food from a different country in alphabetical order all the way around the world. This is night 2 of 3, and tonight we are doing 3 things, and let's see how we can get it done. We're making a Zurich Cordon Bleu. I don't know the pronunciation. Älplermagronen with applesauce, so that's basically a Swiss mac and cheese, and we're making our own applesauce too. And in case you didn't know, and it's totally obvious, Switzerland, landlocked nation, right there between Switzerland, it's hard to see here, between Austria, France, Germany, Italy, and I think it's Liechtenstein. So we've got a lot of work to do, so let's get cracking. Let me get my lens over here, my honky lens. How's everybody doing today? I am a bit of a rush. Actually, I wanted to start even earlier than this, but as it turned out, I wasn't able to. I have problems with my lens here. Okay, give me a second here. Okay, here we go. Time to flip. There we are. Heidi-ho. Okay, and I did not take my cover off. Excuse me. If you hear bell ringers, it's because we are doing Switzerland here. So here we go. Ah, better. Okay. So I need to get some juice going here because my almost out of battery charge as it is. But again, we've got our new toy we got for Christmas. So Switzerland again. Yep, right there. So let's make sure you don't fall out of your little holder here. Happy Sunday night, everyone. Hope you had a good weekend. Have plans for tomorrow? Have holiday tomorrow? If you are in the U.S. So here we go. Once you start wobbling, we're gonna start with the applesauce. We have preheated the oven to 375 already, and we've got our baking apples. The husband was so nice; he did my grocery shopping for me, so I was able to get my run in. Are people's comments working? Somebody say something so I can know. Otherwise, I'll start over. Because I could start over if I have to. Yes, no, maybe? Now I'm getting all worried. Because usually somebody said something by this time. I'm gonna try going in and meerkatting myself. Because I could start over again. Cat. Meerkat. Meerkat the app. Where's the damn app? Good evening. Okay, it is working. Thank you, Derek. You just proved that it was okay. How are you doing? Yes, I was worried that the likes and comments weren't working. Because that happened to me once when I had to crap out when it canceled my feed in mid-feed when I came back and no one could comment. And then it didn't post and I couldn't save it, and it was just like, good luck with that. So thank you. Thank you, Derek. So these are, what did he say these were? From Canada. Honeycrisp apples. Hey, oh my goodness, hey Vicky, how are you? Thank you for liking the restream, miss you. How are you doing? We're cooking Switzerland, night 2. On Friday night, we made a hot pot of sausage, potatoes, and leeks, which was super delicious. And we finished it all up. And tonight, and that was for the French part of Switzerland. Now we're doing the German part. We're doing Zurich. This is a Zurich type dish. Who am I missing? Olenga, thank you for the restream. Angelo, thank you for the restream. Grazie. I'm thinking on Tuesday we're gonna give a shot to the Italian side. of Italy. So we are trying to split things up evenly. Let me give these a quick rinse. How are you doing? Rob is meeting up with Mary and Joe Wilson later. Oh, that's so cool. Have them say hi for me. Let me rinse these real quick. I'm gonna be right over there. And I don't have to peel them, which is always good. And my only tricky part here is how am I going to figure out how to do two things at once? Because it says baking dish, and it has to be able to fit 8 halves of apple on it. And a baking tray might work, even though I think it's thinking like a casserole dish, because my other thing won't fit. So I'm gonna hope that this works, because I'm gonna need that for the mac and cheese part. How's things? Doing well. We just got back. Have no audio. Oh no. Quit and restart? I'm assuming other people have audio. Hector, good luck. Just came back, did my 10-mile run today. It was, I'm cutting these in half to make our own applesauce here. Actually, I did this very thing pre-meerkat on, when I cooked, I think it was Liechtenstein, and it was out of this world. It was so simple and so tasty, and I'm doing half of the recipe. So, this is a very weird little music here. Sounds like a kazoo orchestra. Carrie Osborne, thank you for the like and the restream. Happy Sunday. We are cooking Switzerland. No St. Bernards required. So we've got our apples, and I'm gonna put them on this baking tray right here. Where did I go? Where did I go? Oh, where did I go? Where did I go? Running, or where did I go in general? I went running into town, since I can't run on the beach during the weekends, because every snowbird, like this side of Ontario, is like here. And like everything is wall-to-wall packed people, New York accents, Boston accents, everywhere, and you can't get down the sidewalk on the beach, so I have to run like through the whatever, suburbia. So good seeing you, Vicky. So lovely seeing you. But like I said, I did this dish back when I cooked Liechtenstein, I think it was, and it came out so well, but you guys didn't get to see it, and this dish is normally served with the mac and cheese part. So, didn't you and Doug go somewhere? Oh, we're always going places, generally. I mean, we went back down to Miami yesterday, and then came back. We had a family thing. If you saw me on Snapchat, you saw it. There was a big Puerto Rican gang birthday party for a number of family friends who all have their birthdays in January. So that was fun. We had traditional Puerto Rican food, and it was great. We had mofongo and arroz con gandule, which is rice with pigeon peas, and platanitos and maraquitas, and so that's plantains 2 ways, and little corn fritters, and roast chicken and roast pork, and it's really, really good. Right now, this is the applesauce. I'm making the applesauce. I've cut the apples, put them cut side down on it would be like the baking tray will work. I'm covering with foil, and it's gonna go in the oven for how long? For 30 to 45 minutes. So let's go right now. Okay. Set timer for 30 minutes. Okay. Yay, so that's gonna do that. While it does that, I need to get together the things that are gonna mix together to me. Hey Kenneth, I see you there. How are you doing? Good seeing you, my good man. We're making pork chops and applesauce. Actually, we kind of are making pork chops and applesauce, in a manner of speaking, because we got the pork chops and we got the applesauce. So, we're gonna get our brown sugar, and I'm gonna set that aside now. I hope that's not a horrible idea. think it'll get rock hard in like an hour. So that's step one, the applesauce. It's gonna go with the, I don't know German, Älplermagronen, Älplermagronen, which is a Swiss mac and cheese. And that's gonna be served with a Zurich Cordon Bleu. It's not chicken Cordon Bleu, it's gonna be a pork Cordon Bleu. So that's where the pork chops and applesauce comes in. So, we're getting out two whole tablespoons of brown sugar here. And again, I'm doing half of this recipe. Because normally it would serve 12. How long till you take them out? That will come out in 30 to 45 minutes. And then it's gonna cool down, and then the skins just come off, which is really handy. So, 1 tablespoon, don't fall on me. And so, I mean, I could have bought applesauce, but this applesauce that I made was so much infinitely better than anything I could ever buy that I said, I am definitely making this, because it was not very difficult to make. As you can see, that took me like 2 seconds to get that part ready. And so, I'm doing this first, because it can be served warm, and warm it's really good. It can be served cold, also very, very good. But warm, it's right out of the oven. It's just deadly, deadly good. Who are we looking here? Oh, you're welcome. Destiny. Thank you very much, Destiny. Okay, so now we need cinnamon. Cinnamon. There's no one old enough to remember that song. Cinnamon. Okay, I'm gonna put this aside over here. Somewhere. There. And our cinnamon is gonna be very little. 1/8 teaspoon of cinnamon. Again, I have the recipe. Normally when it comes to flavor, I don't have things, but in this case, I think I'm going to. I hope it's not a bad move, but I can always adjust if it doesn't taste right. So I'm gonna put this aside and quickly get moving on step 2. So we have our applesauce kind of halfway ready already. It just needs to come out of the oven, slip the skins off, and, mash it and stuff. Next, let me clean this off, be right back. Okay, next we're gonna get started on our, one more try. Älplermagronen. Älplermagronen. I tried to learn a little bit of German when I was a kid. It didn't take. And if you missed my story of almost dying in Zurich when I was a kid, you can watch the replay on Catch, or just go to the YouTube channel and find it. It's, in the middle. It's long, it's interesting. But meanwhile, we're gonna peel and cut 2 potatoes. So, let's get some water in a pot. How about you? Okay, hopefully that's enough. One more, hold on, one more try. I'm gonna stash these in water so they don't turn brown. Which is what I'm doing. Okay. Now, quickly. Potatoes, 2 potatoes, 1 potato, 2 potato, 3 potato, 4. Let me clean this off. Okay, quick like a bunny. So we've got our potatoes. We're gonna go with 2 medium potatoes, and they're gonna go into 1/2 to 1 inch cubes, if I can get this thing off. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. There you go. Okay, 2 potatoes. 1, 2. These are your yellow potatoes, which unfortunately in the grocery store that we go to, you can only get them by the bag. I prefer to buy them individually so I can see what I'm buying. Holy crap. Oh my goodness, I only have 1 onion left. That's gonna be a problem.
1 what left?
Onion. Thought I had more. and then you end up using shallots. It's happened before. Oh, I gotta wash these. Okay. Okay, quick, and we're back. Okay, so peeling and cubing the potatoes, and go. So like I said, the 3 parts of Switzerland, actually they speak 4 languages there. I did not realize about the 4th one. Romarsh, I'm not familiar with this at all. I need to do more research on that. But there's German, which is, I thought there was about a third a piece, but no. Apparently it's 60% German, and something like 17% Italian, and whatever percent French, and then another percent this Romarsh thing, which I was not familiar with. There are different cuisines for each part, and I'm trying to do you know, one each night. So I tried to do the French part with the sausage on Friday, which came out very, very well. And then this is the German. And then the Italian is on Tuesday. So that's where we're at. Naturally, the food is going to be very similar to that of its neighbors. So the French one is more French, and the Italian one is more Italian, etc. What else do you want me to tell you? We've got Swiss folk music playing. Oh, curious thing, in Spanish, now I hope I don't get this backwards. I might get this backwards because the point is I got confused. In Spanish, Sweden is Suecia, and Switzerland is Suiza. Unless I got that backwards. So whenever I'm talking to my mother about what I'm cooking, between, you know, especially between last week and this week, it gets very confusing. Because I'm always afraid I'm saying the wrong one. She would be watching now, but right now where they're at, they only have cell service, so I don't think they're seeing the streaming video too well. Which is a shame. Did everyone get quiet, or did things like wonk up on me? Incidentally, I've been, again, today I was looking at Periscope, seeing how I'm going to wind up over there eventually, but not really enjoying the concept. I mean, I like the landscape mode. As a viewer, I like the map thing, but I don't want to let everyone know exactly where I'm at, which, you know, is concerning. So, if anyone has thoughts on that, feel free to let me know. Because I was seeing somebody in Hong Kong, and someone in Kazakhstan, and then someone nearby. I am looking for 1.5 to 1 inch cubes. I'm never good at this part. Trying to make a block. And cubes I'm not good at either. Because I don't want to waste half the potato. To take a square thing and make it a cube is always an issue. I really do hope this is working for people. If you're having an issue, you know, like, Twitter me or something, and I'll see the mention on Twitter at least. So, yes, we just came from the movies. We saw Carol. Very good. Sad, but good.
Exquisite.
Exquisite. The husband really loved it. But it's one of these movie theaters, these sort of luxury movie theaters where you have to buy your tickets online in advance and you get your seats in advance. And, Ro, thank you for the like there. Thank you very much. But you get your tickets in advance and your seats in advance. And the first few times we went, it was like the staff would show you to your seat. And then, you know, on the luxury side, they would take your order if you want a burger or what have you. On the non-luxury side, you know, not. But ever since Star Wars came out, it's kind of like, walk in, no one takes your ticket. Go take your seat, no one checks your seat. So when we went this time, the husband was really worried that someone was going to be sitting in our seats. And I said, well, someone's sitting in our seats, we just asked them to move. And Coma, thank you for the like. Yes, indeed. Ooh. And indeed, there was an elderly woman sitting in our seat, which is not unusual considering our neighborhood and the movie in question. I said, you're in our seats? And she says, oh, and she got up and she moved. But I thought that's really odd because, you know, you have to buy your seat and they're all clearly marked. And this time there were employees there, but again, nobody checking anything. All they did was, you know, this time they actually nodded at you as you walked in. That was about it. So I'll bet you anything that some of these people, you know, older people who live in the condos nearby have kind of realized this, and they can say, I can just walk in. What movie's playing, I'll go in, I'll take a seat. If someone tells me to move, I'll move. No one's taking tickets, so what the hell? I can see any movie I want for free. Because that's sure what it felt like. These tickets are piling up. It is just this brave new world we're in. In fact, when we were at the luxury side for, I forgot what, I think maybe it was Star Wars, they asked, some guy asked one of the people watching the movie had never been to this kind of a place before, and he said to the, you know, server, oh, how much are the burgers? He goes, oh, they're really expensive. You don't want that. Say, ooh, employee of the year. Thank you, Encoma, for the like and the restream if I did not mention that previously. So I'm trying to cut this into, I think I'm doing better than I ever used to on this. Ooh, yodeling. That's another thing that's Swedish. Okay, so this is gonna go in, this is for the mac and cheese thing. And there's actually potatoes in it, and it's going to be in with penne pasta. So we're gonna, but first we gotta cut this, and now we're done with that. Excel, thank you. 1, 2, 3. Thank you for liking the restream. Okay, so we've got our potatoes. Now we're gonna put these aside just for a bit while we do something that one could do by hand, but I am sure not doing that. I need to figure out what's going to be a cup of cheese from a block of cheese. It's not going to be easy. So we've got Mr. Food Processor. And I've got my new scale, which we'll be using later, I hope. And let's see, Mr. Grading attachment over here. It's gonna be loud for a little bit, so you know, get your little you know, earphones or things, you know, mute button ready. But first, I need to figure out what's gonna be a cup of this cheese and still have enough left over for the next thing. A cup of grated cheese. This is the cheese in question. Yes. And I need to have some left over for the second dish. Let's see how much this weighs, so I at least have an idea what I have to work with. You think I would have done this earlier? Oh, brother. Wait a minute. That can't be. Grams. No, not grams. I want ounces. Not grams, ounces. Not milliliters, ounces. Not fluid ounces. This is 7.0 ounces. Okay. So, I need to figure out every 5 ounces, I guess. So, because we're going to wind up using this whole thing. So let's see how that goes. Okay. Don't want the edge. Yeah. I am not, you know, one thing that I discovered in this whole process is that when it comes to what costs more, it's the fancier the country, the richer the country, the more expensive the dinner is going to be. And Europeans, that's going to mean cheese, and cheese is going to be expensive. I just have no idea how expensive cheese is. This is gonna be like Swiss cheese, Emmental cheese. That's the idea here. So I'm saying maybe this is gonna be 5 ounces, I hope. Okay. 4.1. Okay. 4.4. 4.6. 4.7. Screw it, that's what it's gonna be. I'm gonna need this for the other part of the dinner, so close enough. Alrighty, so here it goes. We're gonna chop this sucker up. And it's gonna get loud, so prepare yourselves. Okay, because I'm not grating cheese by hand. So, plugged. Okay, everybody, I'm gonna give you the 1, 2, 3. Food processor. 1, 2, 3. Okay. My dad tells me I should put on earplugs for it, but I keep forgetting. Okay, off with their heads. Alrighty, so we've got our grated cheese over here. And, gotta undo this. I'm sorry, I didn't click on your name before. Let's see if we have names to go with this. No, we don't. Ciao, Zhao Ji, thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, here we go. Oh, this happened before, didn't it? Okay. Going everywhere. Cheese. Okay. Get a bowl for this. Alright. Into here you go. These are grated cheese. Some of it's not that grated, but it's okay. It's all gonna melt anyway. So let's put all this away. Okay. Okay, so we've got our grated cheese here. Milmom, thank you for the like, and Suni, thank you for the restream and likes and the restreams. Thank you very much. So I'm going to set aside this piece of cheese for our Cordon Bleu, which is coming up next. But right now, this is our cheese for the mac and cheese side of things. After we have that, we're going to heat up a pot of salted water. It's going to be a big pot. So get Big Bertha out here. And we will get salted water going. So I'm going to be over here. I'm going to move you over closer when in a moment, so prepare yourself. So we're going to get the water, salted water, and it's going to boil the pasta and the potatoes at the same time. Hopefully that's enough water. Okay. Salted water. I think I might have enough battery charge to move you, but we'll have to come back. Because I've been low on battery today. Because it's been acting up. Sorry about the wobbling. Okay, so we get salt, water. Doing the pasta, you want it like the salinity of seawater, apparently. So, although I did hear something about salting water differently when it comes to doing potatoes or pasta, but this one's both at the same time, so who knows. Okay, so we're gonna go with, while we wait for that to boil, we have our pasta, our penne pasta right here, which is gonna go in shortly, and I need to have the potatoes ready to drain for when that water starts to boil. So let me get those potatoes over here a little bit closer, so we'll be ready for them. Over here, we're gonna have another skillet going for our onions. Ooh, onions, that reminds me. I need to slice, ooh, nuts. Okay, here's the thing. I need to slice onions, but since I only have one onion, and do I need an onion for the Cordon Bleu? No. I only have one onion left. So this is, I'm gonna do an onion and a shallot, and we're just gonna call it 2 onions. Because I have a shallot left. If I can get this out of the damn bag. Okay. Okay, while we wait for that water to boil, we're gonna come back over here and peel an onion and slice an onion, and hope that works out. Yeah. Okay. Bowl. I need a bowl for my onions, and I have a bowl for trash already. And I'm gonna get my shallot going over to make believe it's a second onion. Because if it, ooh dear, no I don't. Okay. No I don't.
Do I need to go out and get an onion?
No, I'll live with 1 onion.
If I need powder.
No, it'll be okay. Well, I guess I could do that, but I don't feel like it. Okay, so we're peeling and slicing an onion. Here. I try to always have like a bag of onions, but this time I ran out of the bag. It looked like I had it. I've got 5 onions, but no bananas. Do you want to trade? Derek, yes. Quickly. FedEx, and you absolutely need to get it there in the next 10 minutes from Scotland. Banana. Yeah. Bananas. Oh boy. You know what? I think I had an emergency half onion in the refrigerator that wrapped, and I think I threw it out. Well, c'est la vie. So we are just going with 1 onion, but it'll be okay. So we're slicing the onion. Lydia, how are you doing? Hello, good evening, happy Sunday, happy MLK weekend. We are here chopping away, doing the Zurich, the German portion of Switzerland. Jawohl. We have our apples that are baking in the oven at the present time. For the applesauce, which is going to alongside the Älplermagronen. I hope I got that name. It's Swiss mac and cheese. And so that's what we're working on right now. And then we're going to do the Swiss Cordon Bleu, which is supposed to be spectacular. It's a pork Cordon Bleu, not a chicken Cordon Bleu. And it's from Zurich. And it's supposed to be super duper great. It's won all kinds of awards, this recipe. And it's crazy simple, which is the only reason I would attempt to do 3 things in one night like this. How are you doing, Lydia? I hope you're doing really great. And I am short an onion, but I'm gonna be okay. And so we've got our onion there, because what comes now is, well, I need to clean this. And we're still waiting for the water to boil. Thankfully, this recipe was smart enough to know that, hey, it takes time for water to boil. You can do this while you're boiling the water. So we're gonna get you and an insane amount of butter. More butter than I would have expected. Because it actually calls for 4 tablespoons of butter, not just 2. So we're gonna go for it. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. And away we go. Onions this way. Nice people, you come this way. And again, I hope my battery's doing okay. And I'm gonna get my skillet. I thought of using the cast iron here, but I think I chickened out on that for this particular case. So I'm gonna get this going over here, and under medium-low heat, drop our butter into here. I hope you can see. Okay. So there goes the butter, and the cheese comes later. That's trash. So once we melt our butter, and I need to take some pictures for the blog, everything is located at cliffyland.com. You will find links to the original recipes, pictures, videos, all that good stuff. And information about the countries and how reviews of how everything went. All there. You can catch up on the countries that you missed, which would be 167 of them. Started in September of 2012. Premise was learning to cook by doing a different food of a different country in alphabetical order to get through all 193 UN members. Speaking of UN members, we're cooking in Switzerland. You know, Switzerland is historically been known for being a neutral country, as it was ostensibly neutral during World War I and II. There's some debate about, you know, that, but still. But they're very neutral on all sorts of things. But very weird, they did not give women the right to vote until the 1970s. Because of their whole neutrality action, they did not become members of the UN until 2002. Very unusual. I did not know that. Okay, so while this melts, I've got my water starting to boil over here, and we're going to have to add our pasta and our potatoes to that boiling water, which is right here, in a second. So let me drain my potatoes quickly so I can get them ready to go. That was happening right over here, as you can see. Potatoes. And we've got our melting our butter. And once it's starting to get a little frothy, I'm going to start frying the onions until they're golden brown, which should take quite a while if I know anything, which I've learned at this point. That means it takes a long time to caramelize onions. Potatoes going in there. So the water is starting to boil over there. You can see the steam. So I think it is time. The time has come. We're going to drop in our potatoes into the water. Diced potatoes go in. And everybody clap along to the Papa band. Get your lederhosen, everybody. And a 1, 2, Papa. And our penne pasta. This is a pound. Yes, it is. So that's going in. Action shot. Okay, 1 box of pasta down. Now we have to stir that to make sure they doesn't stick together. Our butter is almost completely melted over there now. But we need to stir this. And this should boil for about 15 minutes until that is ready. So we'll see how that goes. Let me set the timer on this for that. Timer 15 minutes. Start. Speaking of, our timer just finished for our applesauce down there. You know what? I think, just to be on the safe side, I'm going to give it another 10 minutes. Resume. I'm giving another 10 minutes because the, A, I need the time, and B, the skins just need to pull right off. So I want to be sure about that. So over here, we've starting to bubble. So let's add our onions to our butter, which is now officially melted. I went with the nonstick in this case because that way the butter can slowly melt instead of, you know, instantly browning when it hits the hot surface. This is Derek talking. I'm really interested in this as I've never heard of a dish with potato and pasta together. Yeah, I know, isn't it weird? So we're gonna let these caramelize, so that's gonna, I bet you it's gonna take a long time. Oh, shit, sorry about that. Timer. Press timer. Press timer to keep it going. Which is the timer button? Down? Okay, counting down 15 minutes over here on the penne and potatoes in the water. And yes, I do need to make sure they don't stick together over here. Okay. So while that's going, am I missing anything? I need to make sure I'm not missing anything. Again, name for the Swiss mac and cheese is Älplermagronen. 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 A with the umlaut. I don't know how to pronounce that. Älplermagronen. Älplermagronen. Okay. Okay, well, that goes, and this goes, and that goes. We're going to mix together in another bowl some stuff. I don't need this. Okay, we're going to get a whittle bowl over here. Get you away from the heat. Portrait mode. Really quickly, in here, don't need you right now. We're gonna mix together cream. Bubbling too much. Not so much. Okay, here we're gonna add how much cream? Half a cup of cream and or milk, or a combination thereof. I'm going to use up the rest of this cream. I've been using it since Swaziland, and it's good for another month. So, but this is half a cup, which still hasn't finished off this tiny little container. And I'm going to season that with salt and pepper. Am I right? Yes. So, salt and pepper coming right up. Salt and pepper going into this here. Being mixed up with a fork, salt, and pepper. Okay, and I need to take a picture of that. Where did my camera go? Over here. Okay, salt and pepper here. Okay. Alright, and you go down there. So I'm mixing this up. Somebody said something. That sounded like Älplermagronen. Älplermagronen. Me or something in the background? Älplermagronen. That name sounds vaguely familiar. Hey. Okay, so we've got this salt and pepper over here, and let me put the pepper away. And so while that's ready, that's all going to wind up in here, in this casserole dish. So moving back over here, got to make sure you've got enough battery life and you don't go dark. So we're down to 11 minutes over here on the pasta. Our onions over here, or sorry about the wobble. And that tilt. And that. The name of the dish. Oh, Älplermagronen. Oh, Älplermagronen. Yes. Got it. Okay. So these are starting to brown a little. There should be more onions, but you know. Life's rough sometimes. Okay, while that sizzles, I think I'm gonna say that's enough on the apples. So let's take a look and see how those suckers are doing, shall we? Where in the world are we? We're over here. Yeah. This is my old world map. Can you see it? Okay. And I'm leaving that. Don't stick your face in a hot oven. Ooh, it smells like apples. It sure do. It sure do. I'm gonna put this down over there. Oh my goodness. I will show you. I'll show you. Okay. Everybody come take a look. Look-see. Without falling out. Don't fall out of the can. So that's what that looks like. So they've baked and they've gotten all soft. Now I gotta wait for them to cool so I can slip the skins off. And take a picture of that. Get you back in there. Okay, these are starting to get golden. These are going to top the dish when we're done. So, what am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? Got that. Got that. Okay, just checking. Okay. We're doing really well. So these are starting to turn golden. Here. Which is a good thing. Obviously the key is having a lower heat. Because that cream, I mean the meatballs from Sweden, the meatballs were great. They looked a little burnt, but they tasted really good. But that cream, that sauce thing, that was just way burnt. It was scrapings, which was a damn shame. Damn shame. And it was because I had it too hot, and I'm still getting used to that non-stick, that cast iron pan. Back over. Hey, thank you for the follow. Who are we looking at here? Sandra, thank you very much for the follow. And over here we have our pasta and potatoes, which we're boiling for another 8 minutes or so until tender. Why is that at the lower heat? Oh, because it was bubbling too much. Okay. And back over here, these are getting more and more close to where they're supposed to be. So now we're just kind of waiting for that. And I can't really get started on the Cordon Bleu right now because I have too many things I'm juggling at the moment. But that's going to be pork, not chicken Cordon Bleu, but pork. So it's a Zurich Cordon Bleu, which is going to be pork, and ham, and cheese. And fast. In fact, so fast that I'm going to need this particular skillet right here. So I think this is the one I'm going to use. Which means I'm going to have to be done with these onions by then. Thank you for the restream, Reno Cabral. Reno Cabral, thank you very much. Oh, poor kitty. Where's the kitty? The kitty's never made an appearance on the show before. Usually runs away when I start cooking. He hears the clanging and it says immediately, like, yeah, get me out of here. It's going to be noisy. He's talking to the air. Why is he doing that? Okay, so we've got these getting almost as caramelized as they can be without being burnt. Just a little more. Just a little more. Let me get some water while I think about that. That's looking good. Okay, yay. We're looking at 6 minutes more on that. These are caramelizing nicely. I don't think I've ever successfully really caramelized onions. Not evenly. I've like burnt onions a lot, and I've like given up before they've caramelized on the onions, but caramelizing them gives them the sweetness. And maybe it's better if I didn't stir them so much. I don't know. Again, this is me learning. Learning. 4 years ago when I started this, I couldn't boil water. So, if I can do this, you can too. Okay. Trash. Meanwhile, okay, I think we're definitely there on the onions. So, let me document this for the blog. Okay. And I'm going to set these aside in a bowl. Turn the heat off. Because this is going to go on top of everything on the mac and cheese side. So, into the bowl you go. Back in bowl. Back in bowl. Back in bowl. And looking all kinds of yummy right there. Again, I was supposed to have 2 onions. I only had 1. Life's rough that way. In fact, I thought I had shallots, but I bought the shallots like months ago, thinking I needed shallots, and I said, well, I'll need them eventually, and I'll have an emergency, and they're way too far gone. Not a good idea. You know what? I'm not even going to clean out this pan because I'm going to need it again. And I can use some of that butter. Executive decision. So we've got our caramelized onions right over here, and that's going to sit until we need that. Back to our pasta over here and potatoes. 3-4 minutes left. Let me just, out of curiosity, see how it's doing. I have a fork somewhere. I had a fork in here. Clean that off. Okie doke, let's see how that's doing. Shall we? Don't want them sticking together. I'm sorry I can't get you any closer. Gets a little problematic. Yeah, they're soft all right. So how is the Mr. Pasta? Are we al dente? Are we cooked? It's not spaghetti, it's linguine. It's not linguine, it's penne. Joke from The Odd Couple. I'm gonna give it the other 3 minutes. So 3 minutes, it's gonna beep. So while it does that, I think we are okay to get over here and get back to our applesauce. They're cool enough to touch. It said to put them back in the baking pan, but I'm just gonna put them into this. So we're slipping the skins right off. They should come off rather easily. It is still a little hot. I may have jumped the gun on this. But the skins come right off. Ah, burning hands. And I'm gonna get the burning. Get the core and seeds out. It said using a fork or something, which would make sense, wouldn't it? So I'm just waiting until our pasta is ready over there. Okay, that's a piece of skin, don't want you. Also a piece of skin. Come on, there you go. Okay. That's good enough. Okay, number 2. Come right off. Hot. Hot, 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 hot. Hot, 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 hot. Well, you know, I purposely did this so it wouldn't take serve as many people because we didn't want that many leftovers. So it's not yielding a ton of the fruit on the inside. But that's okay. I used 4 apples. Like I said, I cut the recipe in half. Ow, hot. Ow, hot. Ow, ow, ow. Oh, it's boiling like a fire. Ay. Way inside joke that no one, unless you know me, would get. My back, it burns like a fire. I think I jump out of the window. Next. Okay. And that's time. Hands up. Utensils down. Okay. We'll get back to the rest of you in a moment, but first, back to our pasta. Don't fall. Okay. So we're gonna have to drain our pasta. Might as well. Do it in the same bowl we did here. Off with the. Okay. So. That's gonna be hot. I'm gonna have to do this over the sink. Sorry. Gotta make room. You stay there for a minute. Gotta make room. Okay. Now we're ready. I'm always confused by that plus 25. Is that really like people on the web? I'm always confused by that. But hey, whatever works. Okay, here and here we go. Okie dokie, that's stuck to the bottom. Don't stick to the bottom. Don't stick to the bottom. Do not stick to the bottom. Do not stick to the pot, please. Thank you. Thank you. Acting. Alrighty. So we got all of you. I'm gonna stick a bowl underneath that. Okay. Ta-da! So we've got our pasta and potatoes right here. So while our oven is still at 375, we are going to start with the process of putting all of this together. So we are going to take of this, 1/3 of this, and put that in here. And I'm gonna do that with this. Okay. Hope you can see from there. Do you need to get any closer, or is that okay? Okay, 1/3 of you. That seems like 1/3. For this one, I did the whole recipe. We'll have leftovers. I'll have lunch on Tuesday or Wednesday or whatever. Okay. Now our glasses are appropriately steamed up. I need to take a picture of you. And counter's clean. Okay. And now we're going to add half of the cheese, which we had grated over here. So we're going to add half of you over the top. Something tells me this is too big a casserole dish for this process. I got the feeling. I got the feeling. But they did not say how big a casserole dish. So, half of the cheese goes on top. You take a picture of you. Hold on, gotta wash my hands. Okay. Okay. Cheese. Go. Okay, after half of the cheese goes on, another third of the pasta and penne goes on top of that. So, see how we can maneuver this. I'm running out of hands. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Alrighty. That looks like another third. You made pepperoni. No, I did not make pepperoni unless I'm missing something. Boom. Okay, and then the last half of the cheese. You mean pappardelle? I don't know. That's some kind of pasta. Not being Italian, I don't. I screw up my pasta names. On a trivia contest, I would lose that round. I know this is penne because that's what it said on the box. Sent the husband out for it. Came back with it. Went great. Okay, so we've got second half of the cheese in there. And, yep. And picture number 2, go. And now, the cream, the salted cream, this is cream and salt and pepper, is gonna go all over the top. Am I right? Hold on. Nope, no, I skipped a step. My bad. The last of the pasta and potatoes goes on top. Yeah, that's a whole lot. Should invite the neighbors over. Anybody want big, giant pile of mac and cheese? Okay. And so that's the next picture that goes here. And now we pour the salted cream all over the top. Papa, that's how it goes. Papa, everyone knows. Let's scrape that pepper in there. Somebody wrote something. FedEx Scotland. Yeah. You know, I mentioned, back before, like, everyone seemed to have left Meerkat. I've been looking at somebody on Meerkat doing a tasting of ciders, and turns out he's our FedEx guy. It was really weird. Okay, now we're gonna spread the caramelized onions on top. I don't want to grab them with my hands because they're oily and probably still hot. Everybody start making cuckoo clocks. Let me see, it's a Small World on Disney. The one in California has the little Swiss bell ringers that come out every hour. A little giant cuckoo clock. It's also the one in Orlando, but you can't see it as much because it's inside the ride. It's much prettier in California. Okay. So, now that we have that, yeah, bingo. You are going to go in the oven for 10 to 15 minutes. Are you serious? Well, it's going to stay warm in the oven for a long time. I am way ahead of what I thought I was time-wise. I'm not even kidding you. Are you hearing me?
Yes, I heard you.
That's crazy. So this is just going to wind up staying warm after it cooks. Okay. Haha. Set timer for 15 minutes. Okay, that's in the oven. Now we have, going back to our applesauce. Let me bring my cinnamon and brown sugar back over. And I'm gonna get my trusty old fork back. And I need to make sure you have power before you die. You don't want to die. Don't die. Okay. Are you better up here? Out of harm's way? Okay. This should not go there. This is in the wrong place. Okay, sorry, I got all confused. Moving stuff around. Okay. Alright, hold on. Be right back. Doing a little rearranging here. Okay. Ah! Avalanche.
Oh, the kitty's on his chair.
Aw. Kitty's usually never downstairs for this.
Okay, he's reassured that I'm around.
Yes. Okay, back to you. We need a fork to get the scrapings out of the apples. So, now that they've cooled off and I won't be burning my hands quite so much. Okay. Ooh, debort. No, that was Sweden. Okay. Okay. Just want to get as much as I can off of the skins. Not have seeds. Okay. The good part is the skins come right off. The bad part is getting to get where the seeds are and not get skin in the process. Like you. Okay. Boom. Okay, next you go off. Oh, you were easy. That's what he said. And boom. Okay, and you. We moved on to some different. No, this is the same Swiss folk music album that we started with. That's a long album. Ow, burning, still a little hot. Still a little bit hot. Ow. Ow.
So this pot sitting here, can it be cleaned?
Pot. Pot can be cleaned, yes. And ow. Okay, ow. Ow. Ow, ow. Boiling. Okay. Put the skin there. Lose you. Okay. Like I said, this said to return it to the baking dish. But A, it's in the baking dish. And B, it's not going to stay there. I think it assumed a casserole dish, but I didn't have room for putting all the apples down on that. So I just went with this baking tray. I hope that's okay. They seem to have baked just fine. So, apples, 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 pork chops, and applesauce. Speaking of pork chops, we're going to get our pork chops in 2 seconds here. And you'll see how that goes. But first, this. So now that I've got my apples all nice and mashed, and my hands all completely covered, we are going to get this from here into there. Is it going to slide? No. Something my spatula back. Is that somewhere? Spatula?
I think I just put it away in the...
That's right here. In the same.
Okay.
Okay. Rubber coated for the non-stick here. So a little It's just a step to the left. Then a move to your right. Put your hands on your hips. And it moves in tight. It's just a cosmic thread. We're excited for the new Rocky Horror. I don't know how that's gonna work. Sometimes I think they should just better leave things alone. But maybe it'll be good, who knows.
On TV?
Yeah, they cast Laverne Cox as Frankenfurter.
Is it for Halloween or?
I would assume for Halloween, but what do I know? Halloween would be the appropriate time. But it's, you know, like the whole thing with Grease and West Side Story. Oh no, West Side Story, the Sound of Music.
They are
and all.
doing Grease. That's this.
Yeah, Grease is coming soon. Okay, a little bit of a seed there. Okay, I'm gonna need this thing like that. That's okay.
Good. Get out of here as soon as
Okay. Anne-Marie, hey, thank you for the restream. Right now we're working on our applesauce to go with our Älplermagronen, which is our Swiss mac and cheese, which is already in the oven because we're way ahead of schedule. So I'm pretty sure I know what happens next, but just so I can be sure, yes. So into our apples, our baked apples, we're gonna add our brown sugar. Can you see? Brown sugar right there. And cinnamon. I may wind up adding more. Got a piece of something in there. Okay. Cinnamon. And we're gonna add a pinch of salt and a little bit of water if I need it. So, el pincho salto. And we'll see about the water. And Marie, so good seeing you. This stuff is crazy good. I made this pre-meerkat for, I think it was Liechtenstein. And got a lot of people liking, which is really cool. Again, everything is on the blog at cliffyland.com. You can follow on Facebook. Look for Cliffyland, the Global Cooking Challenge. Mac and cheese, yes. With lots of Swiss cheese and potatoes, oddly enough. Swiss mac and cheese in der oven. This is so good. This is so good. It's crazy good. And you're gonna see in just a minute. This is so tasty. It's hot. It's not gonna stay hot. I'm gonna have to taste some. It's insanely good. I made this for, I think for Thanksgiving or Christmas last year even. And non-subsidized product placement just because it is appropriate. Yes, the blog is at cliffyland.com. You can find it on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, on Pinterest, and on YouTube. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. That would be super groovy. These are called lily pads. I've written them because I want to, like, formally endorse them. Because I love them. They're by Charles, I think it's called by Anson. Silicone, washable, super great. Let me rinse this just a little bit. And apparently, since they're silicone, they can withstand high heat. So you can put them on the stove even. But look, magic. They just drop on, lift. Lifts and separates. Love the lily pads. They are, apparently I am told, they're imitators. Not the same. Okay. So in the oven, rather in the refrigerator you go. And that is our applesauce, which is going to be ready. So now let me clean off my little scale and we're gonna get started on our Zurich Cordon Bleu. Or Bleu. I know that does not sound exciting. When I saw it, I thought, really, Cordon Bleu? I mean, if it's a dish that I knew from frozen food back in my college days, or from cafeteria, or from, you know, the 70s, I tend to go, that doesn't seem, you know, really authentic or really exciting. However, this, you know, not particularly unusual, but not chicken. Cordon Bleu apparently won all kinds of prizes as being super great and delicious. Not anything earth-shattering, except for one little bit, which to me is a new concept. Probably not to you, but to me. Let me get rid of some trash here and I'll be right back. I will get to your comment in just a moment. Yeah, good little bit, but no watching Clicky. Yes, thank you. And Captain Gorilla Mandolin at the same time. Captain Gorilla Mandolin. I am not familiar. Is a gorilla with a mandolin? Is a very talented gorilla? Okay. Okay, here we go. So a pork cordon bleu, or Zurich cordon bleu. 1/8 inch. I need to know what 1/8 inch is. Because, again, I have no concept of space. So that's an inch, that's a 1/2 inch, that's a 1/4 inch, so 1/8 inches. Ooh, that's super thin. Wowzers. Okay, this is what we got. Mac and cheese in the oven. Yes, it is in the oven for another 3 minutes and 46 seconds. And then it's just gonna stay warm. But we're gonna start with our pork cutlets. I also have my sausages for Tuesday in here also. Right? Yes, okay. But for now, got our pork cutlets, and this is 1.2 pounds. Bleu? How much, hold on, I want to see how much they're supposed to be. I don't know if I use all of them or not. Just checking. Just want to be sure. We're getting there. No, that's not it. This one. Okay. Uno momento, por favor. 2 4-ounce pork cutlets. Okay, that's why I need my scale again. Ah, my goodness, I lost the back. That's not good. Hold on. Got a little bit of minor repairs here. Ugh. I lost the back of my batteries for my scale. So I need 2 4-ounce cutlets. This recipe is like the most unusual of all recipes in that it serves 2. Never find a recipe that serves 2. So that's wonderful. Hey Clifton, thank you for the restream. I'm getting some plastic wrap here, and there's a reason for that. So, okay, we're clearing you out. 0. I said 0. 0, 0. Can you 0 for me, please? Thank you. Okay. Hello, Clifton. And to you too. Hearts and flowers, etc. Emoji for everyone. Okay. Okay, the plastic wrap, there's addition to not wanting to touch the scale. There's a reason for this. 0. I want 0. 0. Okay. We want 2 4-ounce cutlets, so let's see how much that weighs. That's grams. I don't want grams, I want ounces. Not milliliters, not fluid ounces. 6.6 ounces. That's 1. And let's see how much this one is. I'm assuming it's about the same or more. No, not grams. Why do you always start with grams? I did not suddenly move to the UK or any other country in the world that actually uses the more logical metric system. 7 ounces. Oh. Love the scale. It is really great. You just touch it and it just changes from fluid ounces to whatever. I love this. Santa, thank you very much. Again, it went back to grams. Fluid ounces, 6.7, 7.0. Now I want 2 4-ounce. Well, it's not going to be 2 4-ounce slices. As simple as that.
Cut it down.
No, you'll see why. You'll see why I can't. There's a technical reason why that can't be. But first, I need to put this away. Wash my hands and address the mac and cheese. Hello, mac and cheese. How are you? I'm doing okay. Is that right? Is that right? Okay. We're going to keep warm. Where's the keep warm button? Keep warm. Off. Keep warm. Okay. Okay, this goes back in the fridge. Wash my hands. Using more than my pinky. Okay. And finally... Okay, you're good. You stay good. Okay, this is going to be interesting. Because these little suckers are that thick, and that needs to be 1/8 of an inch thick. And how, pray tell, do I make it less thick? Well, first I need to wrap it in plastic wrap. It did not say to do that, but from previous experience, that's what I want to do. Yeah, see, this is a good thing about doing this whole project. Like, having done enough things now, even though it doesn't tell you, I know, for a number of reasons, that this is the way to go. Two pieces of plastic wrap, a piece, 2 for you, and then 2 for you. You may wonder, why am I doing this? Anyone have a guess? I think I might have said it earlier. Okay. Plastic wrap number 4. Because they need to be thinner. And to make them thinner, I need to wash my hands. I need a hammer. And if I had a hammer, I'd hammer in the morning. I'd hammer in the evening. Yes, pounding indeed. With my little mallet. With my little AC mallet. Okay. This side, that side. I'm going with this side. And the poundy. Smashy. And I learned about the plastic because the first time I tried to pound something before this whole business started, it was a piece of chicken. And chicken splatter everywhere. Not good for someone with a deadly fear of salmonella. So it wants to be 1/8 inch thin. I didn't have a hammer before too. I was using a rolling pin. Hammer works better. Especially one made for it. Okay, 1/8 inch, that seems about right. Getting your aggressions out, yes indeed. Lydia, it's so nice seeing you, it really is. And poundy, smashy. And I'm trying to get them like vaguely the same shape. Vaguely. They're never going to be exactly the same shape unless I were to cut them to that shape, but I'm not going to do that. 1/8 inch. I'm trying to get a clue. Okay. Yeah, hello. Okay, so now that we pounded those thin, and I need to get rid of you. We're gonna take out our scale once more. because we need 2 ounces of deli ham. This didn't make contact with food, so I'm putting it back. I assume the deli ham is in the fridge here. Yes, indeedy. So trying to find 2 ounces. This is 7 ounces. So, I'll just put it on a plate or bowl. Weighs the same. Hello, anyway, everyone, yes. Okay, so we're looking for 2 ounces of deli ham. Okay, 0. Hit me with 0. Okay, 0, not grams, not milliliters, not fluid ounces, ounces. Then to figure out how to get the setting so it starts on ounces. 1.7 ounces. Really? Well, I guess that's gonna be 2 slices then. What is deli ham? Ham that you got at delicatessen. In this case, is slow cooked ham. Ham that you put on sandwiches. Ham from the delicatessen. Deli ham. Not ham from Delhi. In India. That would be a different situation. Do you get delicatessens in Scotland? You know, we just were in Miami Beach last night. We went to this restaurant where this guy from Top Chef, who's on Top Chef, who's won all these awards, cooks, and oh my god, the food is so crazy good. The guy made an arroz con pollo, which is like chicken and rice, which is the most basic Latin dish you can make. He took it to levels I could not imagine. I desperately wanted that recipe. In fact, I still feel like asking for it. But in any case, when we were there in Miami Beach, I was telling the husband that, you know, it used to be that Miami Beach was very much a Jewish place. You had all these people from New York coming down to retire. It was, you know, considered God's waiting room. People jokingly called it. I'm slicing my cheese here, by the way. I'll do it on the cutting board. What a novel place to cut things. But I was saying that, you know, Miami Beach has the reputation now as being, you know, models and, you know, beautiful people, which South Beach definitely is. But where we were, it's like, oh, look at all these Jewish delicatessens and Jewish whatever, and Jewish this and the other. And then it was Sabbath, and so all the men were coming out with their big round furry hats. They look like hat boxes, but covered in fur. And they're all walking around with it. And I was thinking, yes, this is the old Miami Beach. I remember you. So, supposedly 2 ounces of the cheese. So, that's what we got on the cheese. And now we're gonna beat an egg. We're gonna beat it. Beat it. Fork. Hopefully I don't screw this up. Come on. Big money, no shells. Okay. You've got 3 eggs left. Okay. Going for 1 egg here. And please don't break. I mean, don't you know what. Ooh-wee.
I used 2 eggs this morning. I hope that was okay.
That was okay, yes. As long as I had 1 for today, I was gonna be okay. I may need 1 for Tuesday, perhaps. I don't know. I don't think so. Now I'm told that this acts as a magnet, but it's not. Not so much. Come on. I hate shells. That's one reason I hate working with eggs. Papa. Be good little. There you go. Yay. This way. Okay. Beat the egg. Top it. Tap it on the counter. What kind of cheese? Emmental cheese, Swiss cheese, a Swiss cheese. Tap it on the counter so that you don't mean to crack it, do you? If I did that, I would have like salmonella everywhere. I mean, I'm already freaking out by having little bits of cheese and stuff that's still, you know, on the counter here from before. So, stuffed cutlets of mac and cheese. Yes, the Cordon Bleu. Now, you know, I'm used to having, I mean, you know, back in the day, frozen food, chicken Cordon Bleu. But this is not chicken, this is pork. So we've got a crack it on the counter, I don't get shells, less shells. Oh yeah, no, I couldn't. Do a push-up. No, not right now, thank you. Hopefully this won't fall down. Okay, so we've got our bowl of beaten egg, and I know I need a ½ cup of breadcrumbs, which I'm just gonna go ahead and put it in here. We've, you know, it is hard, panko crispy breadcrumbs right here, and it is hard to find breadcrumbs that don't have all manner of other crap in them. I mean, this one has yeast and, you know, some basic, nothing, you know, out of this world. So, but usually anything, the things you find in breadcrumbs even, and I know you can make your own, but I don't have the patience for that. Another thing is some recipes for various things call for stale bread, which is wonderful, except A, we never wind up with bread that's stale. You can't buy bread that's stale. I tried. Do a push-up? People are weird. Oh, Anthony Gilmore, thank you so much for coming by. You have a good one. Thank you for coming by. Very much appreciate it. So we're going for ½ cup on the breadcrumbs here. Okay. So we have got a bowl with the eggs, a bowl with the breadcrumbs, and I need a bowl with the flour. I'm gonna run out of bowls. I think you know where this is headed. You just ran 8 miles, didn't you, Cody? No, I ran 10. 10. Yay! I would have done more, because the weather was nice. But I was running out of time. I had to get back in time to like change and run out to the movies. We saw Carol. I'm Carol. Anyone remember that from Saturday Night Live? I'm Carol. Doesn't fit. Yeah, get in. Okay, I'm looking for flour. I'm looking for flour. I'm looking for how much flour am I looking for? Flour is how much? 1/3 a cup? Yeah, right. No, but the Carol movie was very good. It was very, you know, a friend of a friend called it, reminded of a Pinter play. And, you know, I can see why one would say that. But another friend of mine who is a pain in the ass. I mean, a big old pain in the ass. It's like, well, what exactly is wrong with it being like a Pinter play? And I'm thinking, he's just saying it was like a Pinter play. It was. Stop getting so damn touchy. Frenemies. Everyone's got them. Okay, so we've got a bowl of flour, a bowl of breadcrumbs, a bowl of eggs, and sounds fun, yay! But first, we have to address the cutlets. Hello, cutlets. And now we take off the protective shield. I'm gonna have to take it all off sooner or later. What the man said, what the doctor said to the man. Yeah, I'm gonna take it all off sooner or later. Okay, so we are going to, and it's really tricky doing this with the hands, you know, to take pictures. Screw it, right on the cutting board. It's not chicken, you'll live. Okay. So, on to the pork cutlets. We need to leave about 1/2 inch around the edge. And we're gonna put the ham on this, leaving about 1/2 inch around the edge. So that's gonna be a little bit tricky. Oh, I didn't realize I had that much. I could go with less. Okay, 1/2 inch. I don't know exactly, again, with me and space having trouble. I don't know if I should shred this or what, but it's tricky getting 1/2 inch. Wow. Okay, let's try tearing this. I feel I've wandered into Epcot Center right now. It's like, oh. I feel the waiting time for Elsa is now 3 hours.
3 hours?
The waiting time for Elsa is 3 hours. Unless you have your Disney Fast Pass. Captain Gorilla Mandolin just finished. Great movie. I read the book years ago. Oh, cool. I've got a gorilla for sale. Magilla gorilla for sale. Different thing, I'm sure. Okay, I gotta take a picture of that. Okay. See, I wouldn't have to stop every 10 seconds to wash my hands between every step if I didn't have to take pictures. Okay. So now that we've got that, now we're obviously going to, am I right? Put the cheese on. Put on the cheese. That's, accordions get no respect. You don't hear accordions in popular music anymore, and that saddens me. Where are the modern Lawrence Welks of tomorrow coming from, I ask you? I'm gonna put that piece of ham back in, because I don't think I need it. Unless I had 2 pieces stuck together. Back you go. You will be a sandwich. Not closing. I guess we won't be early. I'll read your comment here. Anne-Marie, I keep sandpaper on hand to sand down my cutting boards after I use them. I just got that tip from a chef after I distanced and sanded. Yeah, oiling it is very important every so often with mineral oil. I don't know about sanding. I guess, I mean, honestly, I've not heard a single thing about sanding one. But the mineral oil, definitely. Putting mineral oil on it on the regular. To, you know, because you want to keep it sort of resistant to water. Okay, just what I thought. Other piece goes right on top. Thusly. And naturally, it's not covering. So, I'm gonna tuck a little RuPaul tucking action happening there. And, okay. So now one more picture. Okay. And then, thank you for the TK Dunn. Plastic and wood. Sand chef said plastic can absorb more. Yeah, I don't know about plastic. I mean, a cutting board thing. Generally it's wood, from what I've seen. Okay, before I go on to this phase, I need to, get these closer. Because it's going to be a quick operation. And I don't want to have to travel across the kitchen with this. And it ain't going to be easy. So I'm going to take the entire cutting board, everything. Everybody moves. Okay. That means you. Okay. Alrighty, so we have our pan, our skillet here, which still has butter in it, and I don't care. Warming that up. It actually says to use a whole cup of canola oil, which, a little scary. A little scary. Wouldn't be prudent. Not gonna do it. Oil cutting boards, you're seeing the butcher shops and the cook because they've been around for decades and taken care of. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Tasting Table has a lot of great tips. It's like my favorite website. A whole cup. I don't want to use that. I don't want to mess up here. I'll use you. Hold on. Because that's gonna go. This could go through the dishwasher afterwards. Okay. Wow. Whole cup. It's almost deep frying. Okay. Yeah, it's, well, that's thick. So that's why. It's not deep frying. It's, you know, something else. Shallow frying. I think that might actually be the term. Okay, so then it's gonna be flour, egg, breadcrumbs in that order. Medium heat, we've got on a medium low. I'm gonna go for medium. Now I'm gonna go for there. Okay, you heat that up, and then here comes the magic. Hopefully. So, Cliffy, you know I like to talk a lot. Of course I do, and that's perfectly okay. You and me are right there, honey. Right there. We're like this. Okay, so, I am scared. Ham and cheese, I want, okay. Okay, flour, then egg, then breadcrumbs. Flour, then egg, then breadcrumbs. Okay. Here so you can sort of see before I die. In fact, you know what? I need to take a picture of that before it goes, because once it starts moving, I can't be held responsible. Okay. I did this before. Or something. Okay. There. Alrighty, here we go. Pork. You know what? I did this before. And this helped. Okay. Onto this plate. Instead of the cutting board. Okay. Whole kit and caboodle in the flour. Dredging in flour. Lol. Try not to lose my ham and cheese out of it. Okay. And just to be on the safe side, I'm gonna do that here. Oh God, the cleanup. I hate flour because it gets everywhere. Okay, so now we're covered in flour. Here comes the egg. Ready or not, here we come. Thin coat with an egg. You know what? That's why I need my brush. Again, if I had not had the experience of doing this for a couple years, use one hand. It's kind of heavy, and I don't want it to fall apart. Where's my brush? I know you're here somewhere. Brush, with the new pen. Where's the brush? I know you're here. Now the oil's popping. That's always fun. I'm turning that down. It's scaring me. Where's the brush? I need you. I need you and you're hiding. Don't hide. Okay, one moment. Where is my damn brush? Oh, there it is. Okay. I'm running out of space for all this crap. That's what's happening. Getting too many things and not enough space for it. Oh. Okay, brush. Okay, brush. Like going on field trip in that drawer, indeed. Okay, so brushing with the egg. There's something with the yodeling going up the mountain. Oh yes, the Price is Right. The thingamabob. The mountain climber, what do you call that thing? The little game with the yodeling man, if he gets the price wrong, he goes too high, and then He falls off the edge. Egg. No, that's Swedish again. Really can't do accents. I can only do my mom. Other than that, I am just really lousy at accents. Okay. Coated an egg. And now, hey, Justin, are you here? Justin, how you doing? Good. Thanks for coming by. Okay, lastly, our breadcrumbs. Yes, a yodeling thing from Price is Right. What do you call that? Ah! Getting breadcrumbs everywhere. And, ew, so sticky. So much egg. Ew. Ew. I hate things that make such a mess. On my hands. Gross me out. Okay. Spreading the breadcrumbs over the top. And now we are ready for magic time. And it's gonna be 16 minutes. Flipping once on here. And it's gonna splatter. I just know it's gonna splatter all over creation. Let me get my big ol'... Speaking of having a million things in one drawer, a million things in another. Where are you? Now I'm looking for something else. You don't keep that anywhere. Is it somewhere else? Is it in here? Where are you? Come out, wherever you are. Look at my, oh, here we are. I have to find hiding holes for everything. Okay. Justin, how is the calligraphy going? Sorry I have not been able to come by and see your streams for a while. Things have been, again, I've been traveling back and forth across, probably past your front door. Okay, so we're going for like about 8 minutes aside on this. Whew. Okay, deep breaths. So, 40. So let's just set the timer just so we know. So I won't lose my mind. Okay, so that's frying in there. This is keeping warm in there. That's good. Our applesauce is applesaucing in the fridge. Just got up 3 hours ago. Well, you're in an earlier time zone. Still, do you keep unusual hours, Anne-Marie? I mean, I kind of do. I wish I lived nearby. Yeah, me too. I was, yesterday I was at this big, it's a big Puerto Rican gang birthday party. Shouldn't say Puerto Rican gang together, that sounds weird. But a group of people who all had birthdays, and we're all Puerto Rican and stuff. The Sizzle, yes. Billiards guy, thank you for the like. But I saw some that I had not seen in, honestly, 40 years. And I saw them and I said, I know you. Oh my God. It has been 40 years. And I recognized them from being little kids. And we're catching up and I'm talking about, this whole business. And I was complaining how, oh, well, the people I know nearby, like, oh, I don't eat that, and I'm like, well, screw it. I would have you come over. 2 p.m., no, maybe just streaming on a Saturday night. Ah, Creole. Okay, I need to clean for the next 6 minutes that counter because it is not pretty with all that flour, etc. So, I'm going to take care of this real quick. I don't have a picture of that in the pan. I need to get a picture of that. I hate working with flour because it just gets everywhere. Somebody needs to invent, like the goop-proof, spread-proof, fly-away-proof flour. doesn't make a mess for people with severe OCD. Okay. Okay, that's going to be the preliminary clean right there. Focus. Okay. So then that's going to get cut in half. Or thirds, because I think a third of it is going to end up being lunch. Not tomorrow. We have a date tomorrow. Every like long weekend day, I take time out and we always go to this nice restaurant for lunch. So I have one concession. So we have another 5 minutes to go on that. I have to be patient. Put stuff away. In here. Trash. So, and my big plan for tomorrow, I would feel honored to be invited to eat your food. Well, thank you, Anne-Marie. Yeah, it's just odd, you know, because, you know, like, I invited one friend over. The first time, I dared to have somebody over for, you know, guinea pigging them. Which is ironic, since we're cooking the food of Ecuador, where they actually eat guinea pigs, but I was not serving guinea pigs. I was making ceviche, and it was super good, and I knew it would be good. And he came, and he had it, and he liked it, and then he said, you know what, I actually hate ceviche, but that was good. They would too, but... Scrum, yeah. So I was like, well, okay, I'm glad you liked it. And then another one I invited over, and he's like, oh, yeah, but I don't like lamb. So, oh, yeah, but I don't eat pork. And yeah, but and then we had this big party, which was great, because I got to do, like, the best of the year. And, except one of them is gluten-free. So I had to make sure, I said, okay, this is gluten-free, that's gluten-free, this is not gluten-free. So stay away from the steamed buns, but you're okay with the Papua New Guinea moo and the shrimp and garlic sauce, but not the cornbread, I think. No, because that had flour in it. Let me get our plates ready, just so I have them ready. Yeah. So, but you know, it's in terms of having people over, it's always easier, I mean, for anyone, for me, for anyone, that I have, just not cooking something for the first time, so I know what it's going to be like. Because I had a dinner party, I've invited people over, I made my mole, which was out of this world. I'd done it before, it took all day the second time, still just as good. And they were like, oh my god, I love this. Offal is the only thing I don't eat. Yeah, I haven't actually cooked with offal. I've kind of had the chance. But I haven't. Some of it is illegal here. Apparently, like, what, sheep lung is illegal. Oh my god. If I could show you, I would. Okay, there's this, I know we're cooking Switzerland. But, let me back you off just so you can hear me. Over here, maybe. Okay, so, don't fall. Okay, I was cooking Sweden last week, and there was this one recipe, and it mentions that, in Sweden, this one this fish, herring type thing, is very popular, very specific fish. But it is deemed illegal to import in the United States because it's not fit for human consumption, even though people in Sweden eat it all the time. And so the recipe, it says, here is offered for your personal edification. Oh yeah, that mole is crazy good. Okay, but I lost my train of thought. I'm sorry. Oh yeah, the canned fish. There's a whole recipe for it. You have to take the can is frozen, or in the refrigerator. And then you have to take the can, and everyone eating has to stand around the can, and then they have to cover the can, and then under the you know, this, you break it open. As soon as you break open the can, everyone is supposed to lean in and inhale the smell to what immunize their nose, so that when they cut it open and then they eat it, and they cook it. And there's a whole ceremony about opening the can and immunizing your nose, which is really wacky. Still blurry. Sorry about that. Okay, back to you. Okay, ding dong. Okay, time to flip. It's supposed to be golden crispy, and it seems that way. Then throw up violently into the nearest receptacle. Yes. Well, I assume you know about the, I mean, either I've mentioned it or you've heard about it. The fermented shark from Iceland. They asked, what's his name? Anthony Zimmern, the Bizarre Foods guy, what's the weirdest thing that he's ever had, and he's had everything weird. And he said it's just one thing that apparently, and it's because in Iceland they didn't have food. They'd have to go for months, but